It's not a one size fits all, right?
Right.
I mean, when we were kids, I remember we'd watch our news, whether it was CBS, NBC, or ABC. It was like 6:30 news, or you'd get the local news at 6 o'clock. We didn't have the internet. Now, like you just said, boom, something is going on. You know, use the China example, the UK Mirror. They love to publish like all these stories.
Oh, yeah.
And
They're
everything.
not even a tabloid. Sorry to cut you off, but they're not a tabloid, but they seem like they're a
It
tabloid,
seems
right?
like
Like
it.
they go crazy, but they're legitimate in the eyes of some of these people.
It
you
is,
know?
and the second something happens and it's out there, you know, it's not like the days where it was, you know, you had the 6:30 news or the 6 o'clock news, maybe one hit or two hits a day. Now, because of the internet, it's viral, it's out there, and
Right.
sometimes you want to get out there. You need to control the narrative. Sometimes you don't. Listen, when you got a client that's charged with a sex offense, or child pornography, that's worse than someone being accused of murder. And just because someone's
Agreed.
accused of something doesn't mean that they've done something. But when you
Sure.
get something out there, that scarlet letter, it's pinned on you. You want to, when you can, to try to control the narrative before they do you. Sometimes you don't want to say anything. I mean, there have been times where I've had cases with other lawyers on high-profile situations, represent a lot of law enforcement, and the press was just beating them up every day, every day. And it got to a certain point where, like, I'm like, we need to get ahead of this. We need to get out there, and we did, and we did it in court, and the media had covered it, and then things changed, and the narrative changed. But sometimes it becomes a day late and a dollar short. So when you can, and ethically, as much as you're allowed to, when you've got a high-profile situation, you want to try to get ahead of it, because sometimes the first shot to the bow, the first thing that gets out there is how the narrative is taken, or what the press nicknames or dubs the case, and how it's going to be perceived. So I'm not foolish enough, Danny, to think that we can control the media as lawyers. I've made contacts with the media. They have a job to do. We respect their job. They respect our job. I mean, we never tell them what to write, but hopefully they'll listen. Like, you know what makes good lawyers or trial lawyers? Lawyers that listen to people.
Right,
And then
right.
hopefully when you make your contacts with the press and you talk to them, they'll hear you, they'll see you, and any agenda that the press might have, because sometimes, there is an agenda. They have a job to do, we have a job to do, but they'll listen to what the facts are. If it's self-defense, they'll go right down the alley there and they'll say, this is a self-defense case, or use that mantra. But you want to try to get what your message is out when it's a high-profile situation as soon as you can.
Right, but that comes from experience. Like, you're very experienced at it, so you're able to take an eye and say, hey, listen, this is, and some are no comments, and some are put the narrative out.